Shalom, friends. This is Akiva with Israel in 5, and I'm inviting you to take part in a very, very important campaign for Meir Panim to help them, help millions of Israelis who are in need in general in their lives every single day, but especially as the upcoming Jewish high holiday season is approaching. And it's up to us to help these millions of Israelis celebrate these holidays with joy, celebration, and with dignity. There are all kinds of populations in great need. There are Holocaust survivors still trying to make ends meet after having gone through so much suffering and pain in their lives. There are IDF soldiers who are reliant on gift packages and food deliveries from Meir Panim, especially lone soldiers who come from other countries all around the world to serve in the IDF to protect the Jewish state, who don't have the family in Israel like other soldiers do. There are 100,000 Israelis who are still not living in their homes in the north of Israel because of the constant rocket attacks from Hezbollah. They need our help too. And of course, the families that are living under the poverty level are struggling every single day and are wondering, how are we going to give our families, our kids, a joyous holiday season? Please go to Israel5.org/donate or click on the link below to give a donation. Every single donation will be doubled as a result of a very generous grant by the Steinberg Gift Fund. And this is the time to give. This is the time to act to make sure that after a very, very hard year of war in Israel against Hamas and the Gaza Strip, Hezbollah from Lebanon, that Israelis are able to celebrate this high holiday season with joy and with dignity. Give what you can and know that every single dollar of your donation will go directly to helping all of these Israelis in need. Thank you so much and all the best. Today we continue our weekly exploration of the 12 tribes of Israel, today focusing on the tribe of Joseph. Shalom, my friends. This is the Akiva Gersh with Israel in 5, where we give you everything Israel in 5 minutes. Please like and subscribe. If you have any questions, want to keep the conversation going, please do so below in the comments. There are so many amazing and powerful, important stories that are told about Joseph, making him one of the most important of all the sons of Jacob. And this is probably why, let's be honest, Jacob gifts Joseph with a special garment, showing that Jacob really recognized that there's something different about this son of his. Of course, every single tribe was powerful and had unique abilities and traits and qualities. But Jacob did recognize early on that there was something about Joseph. You can tell that he kind of saw the future coming, that he would be a leader amongst leaders. And we know that this is exactly what happened in the life of Joseph. This unfortunately did cause jealousy amongst his brothers. And eventually that jealousy reached a peak when one day Joseph went out to visit his brothers, sent by his father to visit them while they were shepherding. And in the valley of Dothan, which is a beautiful area, about 45 minutes north of Jerusalem, his brothers see him and they finally feel that they have a moment to get back at him. It says after Joseph shares with his brothers and his parents these dreams that he's been having, in which basically he's shown these metaphors where his whole family is bowing down to him. And now Joseph didn't ask for these dreams, he didn't choose these dreams, he didn't create these dreams, but these were dreams that were shown to him. And again, showing him that he was someone that was special in his family and that he would have this leadership position in the future. But his brothers didn't like this. They became even more jealous. And when Joseph came out to visit them, they looked at that as an opportunity to finally get rid of Joseph. They first put him in a pit, took him out of the pit and sold them to merchants, who then brought him down to Egypt and sold them as a slave. And that was it. They thought that was the end of Joseph, out of their lives, out of their hair. Of course, we know that that's not what happened. The destiny of Joseph was very, very different. And he eventually is serving in the house of one of the ministers in Egypt. And he's approached by the minister's wife, who tempts Joseph to be with him. Joseph refuses, even runs away. And this shows an incredible, strong quality of Joseph about not giving in to temptation, right? Something all of us could learn from and bring into our own lives. And this is really a very strong quality and one of the main things that makes Joseph so powerful and so important. And what we call in Hebrew, he's known as Yosef HaTzadik, Joseph the righteous one. He's the only one of the 12 brothers that has this name attached, this title, so to speak. And it's because of this moment that he refuses to give in to temptation. Eventually, we know that he's accused of still being with the minister's wife, by the minister's wife, thrown into jail, And it's in jail that he meets other inmates and he interprets their dreams. And because of this, he's released in order to interpret Paro's dreams. Paro really likes his interpretation, and he goes from a lonely servant who was spending time in jail to now the most important person in all of Egypt after Paro himself. He's given the very important role of divvying out food, saving food, storing food for the years of famine that were coming, according to the interpretation of Joseph's dreams. And those years did come, which led to his brothers coming out to ask for food, because also in the land of Israel, they're experiencing this famine. As soon as they get to Egypt, they have to go to Joseph to ask for food. They don't recognize him. He immediately recognizes them. And he realizes, okay, there's a little bit of a fixing that needs to happen here. And that's when he takes them on a whole roller coaster ride of events, accusing them of stealing things, telling them to bring down their brother Benjamin, a whole very, very intense experience for them. And in the end, Joseph, what he says, okay, where he sees, he feels that the moment is right, he reveals to his brothers, I am Joseph, your brother. They're shocked, they're stunned, they can't believe it. They apologize, they're so sorry for all that they did to him. And in that moment, Joseph says to them, there's no reason to apologize. You didn't do anything. This was all from God, right? And this really exemplifies another very powerful and important trait of Joseph, seeing everything, right, coming from God. Kol tova, as we say in Hebrew, everything's for the good, even the hard moments, even the hard parts of his life. He said, everything was meant to be. Look where I am. I'm second in command in all of Egypt. And one big reason for all this was so I can take care of you guys during the famine. And this really, introduces the next phase of the story of the children of Israel, when they eventually will all come down with their father Jacob and dwell in the land of Egypt, which eventually we know will lead to their slavery for a few centuries, and eventually the Exodus and their journey to the land of Israel. So we see Joseph play such a prominent role in the story of the ancient Israelites. He himself is not given land directly in the land of Israel, like all the other tribes. Instead, his two sons, Manasseh and Ephraim, are given land, a unique thing as well. That we don't see with any other tribe, that the sons of one of the tribe leaders are the ones who get the land. And the last thing I'd like to share about Joseph is one of the greatest things about his sons, Manasseh and Ephraim, is that the chain of jealousy that we see throughout the early generations of the ancient Israelites is broken with his sons. It's a story in the Torah that really exemplifies this, where there's no jealousy, even though the younger one was given more prominence than the older. There's no jealousy, and finally that chain is broken, again making Joseph such a prominent and important figure in the Bible, and one of the most important of all the 12 sons of Jacob. All the best, and be well.